Hello and welcome back to Baited Expectations. I am piebypie and I'm joined by KittenCatNoodle, Brittleknee, and Velyna. How is everybody doing? We'll start with Noodle.
Pretty good. So far the events have been all right. I really liked Delve. Mayhem was okay as well.
Yeah.
real strong opinions there. Yeah, I don't know, been doing that and then working on some videos as well. Pretty normal, not much going on.
Yeah, you've really been pumping out lore videos, a few of them lately, right?
Yeah, well, so I had been working on the Pale Council one before I did the recent Heist one, and the Heist one was just an absolute mess to put together because I was hoping to be able to I like to do a story, an overarching story that puts together a linear description of what's going on and connects ties. And unfortunately, with Heist, we were sort of left with a list of things that don't really connect together, especially in regards to the rogues. So it was just a pain to put together. And then going back to the Pale Council, I was like, oh, this one actually has kind of an ending, and I've already done all the research for it. So I was able to just slap that together, which was nice because that was something that some of my patrons had been asking for a while. So it felt nice to get out more than one video a month for a change.
And Brittleknee, what have you been up to lately?
I've been pretty casual too with the events and whatnot. I've kind of enjoyed having these series of events to sort of break up the wait, I suppose. Because I feel like most of us were done with Heist like a month and a half in, and like even stretching it to month 2 is like So it's been really nice to kind of have these events where I'm not really that serious about them. It almost makes me feel like I'm back to being like the player I was before I started streaming, where I just played because it was fun. I didn't care. So it was really nice. I played hardcore in Mayhem. I played a total meme. Got him to like 80 something. Didn't die. Just kind of ran out of time. And then for Delve, just played some Cold Dot for the first time and had some fun with that too. Got completely hosed on the first node, was not expecting that. I had a really good laugh.
I've heard a lot of people got completely caught by surprise by the first node. Did anyone else get caught by surprise?
Did we all die on the first node? Because I feel like everyone.
I didn't.
No.
But that was because I didn't start like, 7 a.m. when the league actually started. I knew that people were like taking it as though we would normally take first node when you're in like Act 4 and you're like, I got gear, it's fine. And I was like, oh, okay, everybody's not taking it seriously. Well, maybe I'll just be a little bit more apprehensive. But
I died to the darkness by just like falling behind the crawler a little bit. So I was like, oh, okay, this is real. Okay, cool. Let's do it again.
Yeah, early darkness is no joke. And I think one of the problems too is that I think might be like level specific affixes for the blue monsters. Because like every single one of them for your first 10 levels just have nothing but gains frenzy charges. So you have a bunch of blue monsters, which at that level you'd never run into like 10 of them anyways. And then they're like, but wait, there's more. And then they have like 3 frenzies each, and they're all those little fast crickets. You just get swarmed.
Oh,
like
God.
An Alfred Hitchcock movie or something.
We'll get back to Delve in a sec, but let's just check in with Velyna. How have you been doing? What have you been up to lately?
Well, I attempted to race for Demi in Mayhem, and I got to rank 9 jug and died because I got debated by my task manager and I didn't have logout macro on like I thought I did. So I died to the Sultan. Yep. And that saddened me a lot.
Not this
time. You got the task manager debate?
Because it sits in front of your fucking character.
Well, I have two macros. I had the race macro and I had the logout macro, and they're both auto hotkey. So they both show auto hotkey. So before I started the stream, I was like, all right, my auto hotkeys are on. Good to go. It's fine. I'll go kill the Sultan. It's no problem. One snake spitter shot just that's how Mayhem went.
So good.
So good. So, it's really good. And then I didn't win anything because obviously rigged. And obviously. And Delve, I'm doing the Cold Dot Vortex as well. I didn't die on my first node because I used Freeze Pulse, and that was my saving grace. Like, it's the only thing that saved my life. It just the cold, the freeze is like the best defense in the game, I've decided.
Mm-hmm.
So that's what free. And Delve I got to 94, but I'm so into Cyberpunk, I don't even care to get to 95. I don't even care. I thought I would. I don't.
Nice. We will circle back to Cyberpunk probably right at the end. Okay, let's kind of like we were talking about Mayhem, so let's check in with Noodle. I don't think we've heard from you on Mayhem that much.
So I also did hardcore. I think I got to 77. I was doing my flame wall, fireball, trickster, and it was going pretty well. But then I got off-screen porcupined. Like I just glanced at chat and I didn't realize that the map was invasion, and it was that icicle porcupine with like his entire family just next to him. So I'm like just going through and I'm like do and I like look at chat for a second and then I look back and there's probably 100 porcupine missiles coming my way and I was like no. But it was pretty fun. I wanted to like at least try to. I didn't really want to race because I've done racing before and I find it stressful and really hard to keep up with chat. It just is like a time sink. And then even when you're not there, you're like checking your status on the ladder all the time. So it just is like mentally draining. And I was like, oh, I have about 10% mental energy. Like I'll just do, let's get down to 5, not 0. So I thought it was fun. I didn't think it was nearly as challenging as I thought it would be until I got to maps. Like it didn't feel that hard. I guess it was kind of hard when I got Rogue Exiles in Mudflats for the first little bit. That was a little bit of a wake-up call. But other than that, I don't know. Like I've done Mayhem races before that felt more difficult. And maybe that's just because of power creep in general. So it's like you're getting the same mods, but you're not. I mean, you're more powerful than you were before. But I mean, it was still pretty fun. Definitely after dying. It was kind of funny because I literally said in stream, I was like, oh, I'll probably end around 8:30 because we did a little watch party at 9. And I was like, yeah, I'll end around 8:30. I died at 8:20. And I was like, oh, okay, well,
You baited that.
We're done.
You totally baited that.
I did. It was definitely, I jinxed myself, I think. I was like, oh, all right. Okay, see you at 9. Like, peace out. It was fun. I'm glad they're doing them again.
I had a lot of trouble with Mayhem personally. I was like, oh, this is the time. I'm going to hardcore solo self-found it. That might have been my mistake. I think I ran it was the equivalent of like a cartoon from the Looney Tunes running straight at a wall with an arch painted on it, but like over and over and over again. I think I had between 18 and 20 characters in the space of a 4-hour stream. And I didn't make it to level 10 at any point.
Oh no.
What?
You know what you need?
So
Flame wall.
My starting zone had breaches, which was too tempting. I didn't die to them straight away. In fact, my first character was the one that lived the longest. And then after the first death, I was like, I'm stupid. And so basically, when we went to, is it Hailrake in the Tidal Island? He was possessed by 5 ghosts most of the time that I went to see him or more. And then in Mudflats, we had either Rogue Exiles or Invasion bosses. And, Rogue Exiles in Submerged Passage and Invasion bosses or Rogue Exiles in Ledge. That was That was it. There was maybe like a 40-minute reprieve because we were looking at the clock going, okay, when's it reset? When's it reset? And I swear to God, like the period was not a full hour. And there was like a period of time where it was chill. And there were like strong boxes, on the Twilight Strand and like chill stuff in other zones. And it didn't last. It really didn't last. And after that, I was like, yeah, okay, well, I got my rip clips. I can make a video out of this. And that was that was it. That was my mayhem. I really wanted to be better, but I think I'm just really unpracticed at both hardcore and PoE at this point.
Did you guys feel that the Harbies were just exhausted? I was so exhausted by killing Harbies. 20 of them.
20
Give me
Harbies,
10.
yeah.
It was too many. Listen, I got a lot of ancient orbs out of all the Harpy killing. Still didn't get a soul tether, but whatever. I got a
Who's
lot.
counting, right?
Right. But it was every time I had a map, I'm like, it's a Harpy. It's gonna take me like 10 minutes because I have to kill them all.
On the other hand,
Yeah.
I like prioritize killing them all because I really wanted Orbs of Binding because I was so early in the game, and I was like, oh, Falling will like, but we didn't get it Orb of Binding, and like the reprieve time period was when the Harbies were one of the zones that I could get to, and I remember that well. It was in Mudflats. I ran around killing all of them.
It's good, but then you spend like 10 minutes in Mudflats and you're like, was this? Yeah, it was pretty worth it, but was it?
Was it
My
really?
sanity?
Oh, okay. BK, did you have any more thoughts on Mayhem?
I think it's kind of refreshing in certain ways. Just to kind of have like a bonkers league like that, just because I don't know.
It was intense.
It kind of makes you think on your feet, and sort of like certain builds that are kind of like the meta for the content that we have kind of have to either be more powerful sooner or come into like their prime sooner because of just the pressure that's created during the story. And that was a lot of fun, especially in hardcore.
Mm-hmm. I mean, yeah, I gotta agree. I don't think I had the right build in mind to play that. I was like, I'll explain that I vehemently don't like playing minion builds, and I was trying to SRS, and like, which is just flimsy.
Like, yeah, she's got like new physical mitigation early on.
Yeah. So
I like SRS. I just wish it was a strong ass minion, you know, like the new metas now. I want it to be an old new meta.
I have a big soapbox for what they need to do to SRS to fix it, but that can wait. Maybe there's time at the end.
I couldn't even get to like the point where it wasn't SRS.
Done the math.
You've done the math.
Anyway,
what's the math?
Yes, I know. I willingly did math.
What will it take?
It is funny though, because SRS when I started about 4 years ago was like pretty meta. Like my friend Janessa who got me into it was all about SRS, and it does feel like it's fallen really behind. When minions are so powerful, there's like SRS, and it's like, I'm still here.
Yeah.
Yeah, because I mean, there's just other. It's the classic case of anything you can do, everyone else does better. Because they're melee minions. It's like, all right, well, zombies are permanent. Melee minions will skeletons hit like twice as hard. Melee minions, but specters, you know, and it's like one of those things where I think the best way to fix SRS is by taking the helm enchant that gives you an extra SRS percentage chance and building it into a channeled skill where you get more SRS the longer you channel. Therefore, you can hit your cap like a little bit sooner. And then you could also do like a cast when channeling Skelly SRS. So it becomes like a utility support minion.
That would be cool.
And rather than just like, I'm going to sit here and like have a choreographed seizure because my witch is casting 20 skulls in a period of like 5.4 seconds and it looks fucking ridiculous. How much badass would it be if she just like puts her hands out to the side and then bam, swarms of skulls.
That would be cool.
That would
or
be cooler than
ravens
just
or
like
bees.
pulling out of the pocket like skull, skull,
Just
skull.
Yeah.
I'd love her to just like wave whatever her weapon is, and then like they all appear, like at her back, and then they go.
Oh, that'd be neat. Isn't there like an MTX of birds that fly at your back like wings, but just a birds? And then there's the SRS for ravens.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah,
Yeah.
right.
Synergy. Come
Or-
on.
Or controversially, you could get
Mhm.
skull wings, wing of skull.
I think isn't there some pirate one, but it's green?
Yeah, the
skull?
ghost flame. Hmm
Yeah. It's a little weird though. I think there's actually a full chain dude on the back of that thing. I think so. I think it's not just one skull, it's like a
This is a
full
little
body.
Oh. SRS, but it's just actual corpses.
Oh my god.
Oh no.
Oh god. Just different body parts, why not? Torso, limbs.
They just don't go anywhere either. They just pile
you
up.
just throw
You just
'em.
leave these piles on.
They're too heavy. Oh, no.
I mean, this is a little
like
off
it.
topic, but a friend of mine posted a screenshot from Facebook Marketplace, which had like a lamp that was against the wall, and there's just a hand attached to it, like severed from about here.
What? Why?
Why?
Like,
I don't know. I'll have to show you guys what I was talking about.
is this like the post of the lamp is like a hand? Is it holding a bulb? Like, what's happening?
I can try and find it. All right, let's move on.
All right.
Did we have? I apologize for actually making this a topic, but does anyone know who won Mayhem?
Not me. I know that. I can guarantee I did not win.
Okay, we're not the players. Okay, we're not gonna go there then. We won't talk about that. Let's move on very quickly to Endless Delve. Okay, it's still going on right now. Today's like the last day that you can play, I think. And
Yeah.
how has everyone been going with Delve? Let's start with Brittleknee this time.
I honestly I like it and I don't, which is like basically my standard answer at this point for everything that GGG does. I you can tell that it was originally designed to be like a one-day event. That's why so many things were just like not implemented at all, and a lot of those were missed. But I really honestly didn't mind the extra challenge of trying to take a build because it's like SSF, but then it's like SSF extra. And the fact that you have to, the sort of common things that you come to rely on, even on an SSS run, are just simply not available to you in any sort of context.
Mm-hmm.
And then it's really like RNG dependent. Like, are you going to drop rings that are good? Like, are you going to get the cold node that you need for your frostbite ring or whatever, or Rhyme Gaze or like whatever the things that you're looking for? And so I thought it was like a really good measure of certain like SSF archetype skills. Like if they can perform well in Delve, either due to damage or ease of gearing, then like they almost get like the double stamp of approval when it comes to being a potential league starter. So I thought that the fact that you could have these builds do exceptionally well in that sort of environment was really cool. And I honestly enjoyed the extra challenge. The part that kind of it just became a bit mundane is what it was to me. Like I kind of like honestly, I kept like having that sensation of like I'm gonna run out of sulfite soon. I gotta go back to the surface and like go back to mapping or something like the entire time. Like it felt uncomfortable to be there that long because we hadn't had it before.
I kind
But,
of I feel what you mean, because like if you weren't playing hardcore and you ripped and you're like, oh, I just wasted that sulfite, and then I'm like, hold on a second, I got unlimited sulfite. It was kind of a relief, but like the instinct is still there after like so many years of it being implemented with the caps and the finite amounts and stuff. So
no, I think the main problem is that my core, I'm a player that likes to do multiple things. Like I never just focus on like one in game. Like I don't just run juice tier tier 19 or 18s or 16, whatever. I can't even remember the highest tier because I just don't juice. That's how much juicing I do. None. Like I don't really sit and concentrate on one thing. Like I like to explore, do different builds, like test out bossing potential, or maybe like do some farming or something. And I think that's just like why this event necessarily didn't like speak to me as far as that's concerned. But as far as like the complexity and challenge, I was like, I really, really enjoyed it. Like it's kind of like when you play on a roguelite on too light of, or like on too easy of a difficulty, where you just start like everything just comes together and then there's no challenge anymore. Like I knew I could have gone deeper and then like hit the challenge again, but like kind of like once I got past the gearing situation after the second res penalty and I got Uber Lab, I was kind of like, all right, I did it. Like my instinct was to kind of start over and not keep pushing. Because I wanted to like face that challenge of having to re-gear again.
Yeah. Okay, let's ask Vel. I know you've been playing a lot of Cyberpunk, but thoughts on Endless Delve?
Well, I really enjoyed my time. I actually, on the last day I played, I went to 5-link my chess piece and I 6-linked it. But it was only half the recipe to switching to CI. And even though I farmed like 60 plus dense fossils, I only had like 4 workable CI pieces after all of that. Because it turns out defense modifiers, they're just not really a guarantee. You could just throw it down and get like garbage. Just get garbage. So I ended up just playing a like 5800 life vortexer, and then I put on the ladder. And oh boy, once I see that number start climbing, I gotta go deeper. And now I'm at like 450 and everything hurts and I'm not CI and I'm just degenning away and it's bad. It's so bad. No 6-link can save you from this. And I should go up, but the number of down is higher. So I can't. So I can't. Okay. All right, I gotta keep going, and I just die now. And then I moved to Cyberpunk. So I'm like, you know what? I'm never gonna get top 30. I was top 50 at best out of occultists, and that was a struggle. I didn't sleep much. I was insomniac about it. Like maybe 4 hours sleep. Gotta go back to the grind. Gotta push my position for no reason. For no reason.
I was like,
It's not like
I had a fever dream for where I was like maybe I could try, and then I was like, right, but full-time work.
Yeah, right. Like, so just like even if so,
I'd have to take a week off.
Once you sleep, you lose like anywhere from a 50 to 150 in position, and you're like, but I need that sleep, even if it is a measly 4 hours. Like I need it. It's
for
necessary.
Sure. Racing like keeps you awake. Like you're constantly thinking about it even when you're not playing. And as soon as you see those numbers like go down, you're like, oh, well, I guess I don't have to eat or shower or sleep. Like we gotta go.
I mean, like,
how greasy can one person get?
Can Stream tell? Stream can't smell you.
I can smell me at some point. I'm like, oh boy, Mister looks at me like, yeah.
Wait. BK, have you tried racing before? Like proper tried?
Like in like what context? Like pushing for a Demi or trying to do the 2 hours? Neither. I don't have Atlas knowledge or like how to progress the current system. If it was old Atlas, maybe I could have, but then we didn't have any events besides Synthesis Flashback, and I think my mom was sick during that.
Okay, so what I'm establishing
like this current
here,
Atlas system, I just
is
I miss
that
old Atlas so much.
One side of the
Me
screen
too,
is
dude.
Not races, and the other side is.
Has.
Dabbled. I would say I dabble in racing from time to time for funsies. Plus, it was such a long wait for the next league. I have to spice up my path life a little.
Sorry, that just made me think of Spice Girls.
Yeah, same.
Spice Up Your Life.
Spice up my life. Yeah, well, that's how I felt.
Okay.
Be like a Spice Girl.
Okay.
Yes, yes. I needed to play Path like a Spice Girl, okay?
All right. And just for my peace of mind, so what builds were we all doing for Delve? You were doing a Vortex Cold Dot Bell
Yep.
and Noodle?
Well, I decided to be dumb for my build. So my friend Stidge had made a Blade Blast character, but it was a trickster. And me being very big brain, I was like, I've done 2 assassins and 1 trickster. I should do, actually, I guess 2 tricksters and 2 assassins if you count Mayhem. I should do not that. And then I was like, well, I don't really want to do chieftain either because that's what everyone's doing. And I was like, maybe I'll do occultist and I'll do like double curse. And if I can just get storm chargers, then I can do like 80% fizz to lightning conversion because storm chargers drop all the time, right?
Right.
Right. Well, you would think.
Nodes.
I actually did get a pair of
so
those.
many uniques and none.
I never found a rhyme gaze. Did you find one?
No.
Nope.
Yeah, so I got to level 90. It was a struggle. I was basically just like hate leveling. Like I was just so angry at that point because people were like, well, you could do, a better build. You could do this to make it better. And I'm like, no, I don't care. I don't want to do it better. I want to do the stupid thing that I decided to do, and I'm going to make it work. So I was just very angrily delving and like, I was trying to get, I don't even think I got to 200. I think I got pretty close, but I was like, it's more important for me to get to level 90, I guess. So nobody talk about how bad this is. It wasn't like that bad, but I just think maybe the dual, you kind of have to wait some amount of time between Blade Fall and Blade Blast to get your big damage from Blade Blast. So especially with Delve, particularly with the Cave Stalkers who do their stupid Sonic Pulse that is the bane of my existence.
Mhm.
The scream.
Yeah, the screamy,
It does like
we're-
also
we're in a
lightning
tiny
damage.
Yep.
Yeah,
it's fizz to lightning.
Fizz
It
to
makes
lightning,
big
yeah.
shouty
Lightning
boys.
Let me just
Um,
shock you.
Shouty
so-
boy.
There's the bat ones that aren't as bad, which I think is all lightning. And then there's the Cave Stalkers, which are like the monkey kind of looking dudes who do the fizz and lightning. It's like 50% conversion. That just, you're in a tiny little freaking hallway and it will just absolutely blast you into oblivion.
Yep.
It was a struggle. I think I really enjoy Bladefall Blade Blast. I kind of goofed myself by deciding to try to do something different for the sake of like, oh, well, wouldn't it be cool if I did a cultist double curse? Like, that'd be fun. And I actually found a Volnon hit ring, which was really nice. Like, that was helpful. And a Shaper ring that had like life gain on hit with spells. So I was like, okay, these are nice, but it doesn't really help when you're basically like pushing, a pile of crap as far as you can through the delve. I really did like the challenge. I just was very, very stubborn.
I was thinking pushing a boulder uphill, but like pushing a boulder down would have been easy.
Yeah, right. That would be easy.
Okay. And
Yeah.
Brittleknee, what was your build again?
I went cold slinger, so I put vortex on left click and then slung 2 cold dots and just kind of had a good go at it just for fun. The plan was to transition, or excuse me, I can't stutter. Blah. The plan was to transition into like CI cold, like just normal vortex shenanigans. But kind of just like lost steam with the sort of like wanting to gear past that point because like I like to work towards certain bosses, and since the bosses are pretty RNG as far as gearing and progression is concerned, I just like it didn't have that nice in-game feel. Like even if I don't really like the current in-game, like there's still like that work up to it, and when you're just let loose and delve, it kind of just doesn't have the same feel.
Okay. Cool.
Because like you could totally run into a boss, but he could have like the worst mods ever, and you just have to go find another one. So
Yeah.
but I'm probably gonna play it a little bit more tomorrow, and just kind of like see how far we can push it, and I don't know, call it a day or a week.
Year.
Same thing. in quarantine
Soon.
time.
Yeah.
Okay, and we have one more sort of question, I guess, on this topic. So for those who've played SSF before, I think all of us have tried it, right? Does this make you want to play more SSF or less SSF? Like, how are you feeling about SSF in general?
This is the worst SSF that they could have given. If you're like a new person coming into the game and you're just like, oh yeah, SSF, this is not the ideal SSF. I mean, having no card vendor alone. Not like I could do anything with the cards. Like, okay, I got some tabby cards. I could have had a 6 link a lot earlier, you know? But like generally I like SSF, but I also enjoy excessive crafting where I
Yeah.
can buy up 800 not 800, I usually buy like 200 fossils, load them up and watch them all fail. Basically.
Yeah.
Can't do that
Yeah.
SSF.
Noodle?
Well, I play SSF sometimes, but usually since I kind of like to figure out interesting reactions or mechanics between uniques and skills or ascendancies, like that's not really SSF friendly. But I think what this taught me is that crafting bench is bae, and crafting bench is kind of the linchpin into making a successful SSF character, especially with something as simple as resistances.
Mm-hmm.
Like, oh my goodness, having to choose between an item that is very nice for you, but now you're going to lose, 40% fire resistance or like, cold resistance, especially lightning resistance down there. You're just like, oh, well, I guess I can never use that until I find something that's going to balance it. And yeah, I also, out of spite, kept all the div cards, got like a void, and I was like, ooh, great. That's thanks. I definitely think that it was an interesting challenge, and I do kind of hope that they consider, obviously I had a pretty positive reception of this version of Delve. I think it would be interesting to see if they implement it either as another event or possibly ideally alternative leveling.
Yeah, that's been a big topic of conversation in other streams. This is probably worth bringing up.
Like if you play the story one time through, maybe you could do an alternate leveling in something like Delve to get to certain points. And I don't know how exactly that would work because of Lab and Kitava and the resists and all of that. But I think it would be interesting to see what the overall reception is, because I do think like I'm in a bit of a bubble because a lot of people that I talked to did really enjoy it. I don't know if that is the overall reception, although I did see some positive posts on the Reddit. But yeah, my big takeaway was that I love Crafting Bench. I will never leave Crafting Bench again. And I'm sorry. I'm sorry, Crafting Bench. You're the real MVP.
I tend to agree. The number of times I found an item where it had an open suffix or prefix, but mostly suffixes, but like had reasonably good rolls, and I was like, my resistances are not capped. If I switch out this one for this one, I have like 105% in fucking lightning res and 19 on fire. Which, like, you need all of them. I need all of them.
At one point in time, I was like the chieftain of lightning resist. I had like 200. It's just like, this is ridiculous.
Oh no. I'm a lightning
like,
god.
I had this like set of rings where if I swapped one out for the other, it would go from 100 lightning to 100 fire, and all the while cold was never any more than like 60.
Oh,
and then the other one was like massively penalized.
If they were to do an event like this again, maybe they could just give us crafting bench without the betrayal mods. So we could have double resists and such, right? Just the basic things you would find in the story or in maps. That stuff. Maybe not even in maps. Maybe just story, because that's where double resist comes from.
Yep.
That's
well, they already have some crafting recipes in the Delve anyway. Normally.
They do. The colors.
Yeah,
And the
like the
linking.
fact that sockets and links are like tied to Delve now, and that thematically they couldn't, make the leap. Why?
Yeah.
Let
And I
me
wouldn't
just say,
imagine
I
that
hate
if
that.
it was alternate leveling that they'd just be like, now you can't go to the surface if you decide to do that one though. Like,
Oh no.
You're stuck down
That'd
there
be-
forever.
don't come
No
out until
double
you're
res.
level 70. Like,
Oh no.
Something
God.
else about this Delve is like if you left, you like Delve Town doesn't fill your flasks or your anything.
No.
If you switch
Brutal.
flasks, your flasks are empty. You have to go into the Delve and kill something to fill them up again.
Oh. Yeah, there was a lot of things that you realize. Like, I read this Reddit post and they were very, very upsetty about endless delves, saying everything that we get in here is shit. There's not a single good item. I'm not even attempting to try to link things because I only have 150 fusing. Or he didn't say that many, but he's like, with the fusings I have, I'm obviously not going to get the link. I'm like,
Yeah.
that's not true, right? Like, that's not true. It could happen. Like, is it rare? Yes.
I have 3 fuses,
Impossible? No.
So player playing ARPG discovers it is an ARPG. More news at 11.
Well, this is it. It's like he didn't know that ARPGs are just loot explosions full of 99% trash and 1%
Yeah.
I got a pair of boots in Delve that were 30 move speed, 25 chaos res, like 40 of the other two, and 80 life. And I'm like, well, I want to go ES, but how can I ever take these off? Like, they're too good, right? These are too good. These are really nice. And so I read that post right after. I'm like, but I just got these good boots, guys. So you don't know what you're talking about. But it
Clearly
did,
not playing enough.
like, it shows me, okay, I cannot wait for their smart loot. Because that's what they were testing with Delve, right?
Yeah.
It's smart, or not Delve, Heist is smart loot.
Smart loot,
Talismans, I thought.
Yeah. The talisman buff was surprisingly nice, really helpful. But yeah, it just shows. Now, the guy was saying that if you had to put all these crafting systems in place, then maybe you didn't have good loot in your game to begin with. But I think like they want you to craft, so I don't think that's true in any way. I think it was good, and I did appreciate that I got essences in there. Made me like
yeah.
far new appreciation for essences over this endless delve.
True.
Essences,
One life essence?
they're an unsung hero, and well, I mean, any SSF player will be like, essences are a pretty MVP.
Yeah, absolutely. And there was still a lot of crafting to be done with the fossils. I just, I didn't get very lucky, but other people did.
Oh yeah,
No, I tried to roll wands with like 25 etheric fossils and also metallic, and I don't think I got above like 30% spell damage, and I was like, I'm just gonna alt craft because whatever.
Yeah. Whatever.
Altcraft it's what I know.
Yeah. It's okay. It's just unfortunate when you can't bench craft anything after that, so you can get like 3 mods, right?
Mhm.
And it's depends on what you need though. It may not be that bad just having 3 mods. Let me learn how to replay the game, struggling to get upgrades again. I can't go to trade. I can't do my regular crafting or whatever. So I'm just, and I kind of enjoyed it.
I kind of miss
Makes me
like the
appreciate it.
easy beastcraft for like my flask suffix as well. Miss that
Yeah,
one.
having to roll
Yeah.
for staunching and all that.
Mm-hmm.
Question. I never found a Quicksilver. Did you?
I've had
Yeah.
2. And I've
so
dropped
envious.
I've dropped jade, quartz, and basalt. So I have pretty much everything I need in terms of flasks.
Oh.
But
I even went back to older areas. No Quicksilver.
I think there's definitely lots of people in your position, Val, but I got really lucky, like not quickly. But it wasn't slow either, thank God.
I didn't consider them as a struggle piece.
I had to do the super jank recipe for a granite flask because I just got tired of getting my shit kicked in by fizz-based mobs.
Oh, the granite.
So I actually took the alts. It's the 3 elemental flasks of iron skin, and then you vendor them together,
It's
and you get a granite flask.
such a stupid recipe.
I didn't even know that recipe existed.
But I was desperate, okay?
Mhm.
This is what happens when you don't get your granite in Act 7.
Yeah, yeah, exactly. You don't know what to do with yourself, and they're just not dropping, right? They're just not happening.
All right. We ready to move on to Flashback?
Sure.
All right. Who's planning on playing in Flashback? I know Vel is going to be starting tomorrow. What's your build plans and how are you feeling about it?
Well, I am going to be testing out. I'm going to be making a build guide for an assassin, and so it is Blade Blast, Blade Fall, and I played something like it in Delirium, but this one he's really beefy now. You know, he's got a lot of oomph behind him, so I want to see his progression through it, and maybe test another one. I want to work for 2 build guide ideas that are really, they seem solid on paper. And if I can make the leveling feel easy and good and get decent gear upgrades that aren't like, you know, it's not going to blow your head off, I can actually do it. I can make a guide for that. So that's my plan. And to go hard as always until I'm exhausted.
For 3 weeks.
No, for like 1 week.
I was gonna say,
Yeah.
after doing 2 races, Val, I'm gonna have to mom you a little bit and say, "All right, sweetie, like, you know, maybe not a 3-week
Calm
race."
down.
Also,
The fatigue, man.
I know. I'm so tired. Why?
And
she says
why?
after saying she didn't sleep.
Why? I don't understand.
what is this nonsense? You need to sleep?
Sleep? I don't think so. I got a race. You see those numbers?
Every time I'm not at my computer, I lose position.
That's kind of it. That's
very
actually
real.
kind of it.
That's
I don't
literally-
think, because it's just going to 100, and honestly, by like 95, I just start making like, let's juice this map to 140 and then die. You know, that's like how it goes. So I don't know if I'm actually going to get to 100 for this one. It's more like just the testing and an overall enjoyment of Flashback before I'm too exhausted.
Mm-hmm. And Brittleknee, got any plans for Flashback you want to share with us?
Yeah, I'll probably play a week and a half or so. There's maybe 2. I don't know. It depends. There's I need to get a couple more guides out on the vault. And so I'm torn between trying to do it in Flashback or just going back to normal Heist where I have Muns. But also needing to kind of like test always room for improvement as far as league starts are concerned, and this is a new fresh league. So I'm torn. I know I'll play it, I just don't know how long and what build I'm leaning towards. The vault doesn't have a poison BV build on it right now. So thinking about
Really?
putting one together, yeah.
That's
It's like such an
surprising.
iconic thing. So yeah, like
Yeah.
there's some other variants of poison, and I'll eventually be getting like my poison Scourge Arrow out on there too. But the BV is a little bit more meta than Scourge Arrow, especially since a lot of it is reliant on Dark Scorn, which is like pretty expensive early on. So
yeah, not as good for league starting.
yeah, but BV is like 4 chaos to get off the ground.
Pretty much.
Yeah, you can
It's
even
like
do it in
nothing.
SSF.
Yep.
decently.
Yep.
BV is such, other than the fact that I feel the playstyle of it is a little weird on the clicking, it's just so smooth to level with.
Yeah, once you get that duration,
You're good. Like, you're aces. It's
pretty
fantastic.
sure I've never played it.
That's fun.
It's worth trying. Even if you went with the old, like, Tri-Herald Elementalist, like, that just pops off explosions, it's still so fun. It's not as powerful as it used to be, but it's good.
I might put
Also,
it on
the
my bucket
Transcendence
list.
MTX makes it look like you've got light poi, and you're just like swinging LEDs around. It's
Oh
really
my
pretty.
god.
It's my favorite FPS.
It's
Alright.
pretty good.
This is a little tiny bit related. Sometimes it sounds like you're saying VB, not BV. And I just want you to know that that's a really shit beer here. Like a really bad
Wait.
beer.
Me? BV? VV?
VB, like it's Victoria
VB.
Bitter.
BVVB.
That sounds terrible already.
It is really bad.
Is it a dark beer?
Oh, okay. Someone said in chat worse than Foster's. I want to tell you everything. The world, you should all know that we don't drink Foster's in Australia. That's an American thing. Like,
But they're so large.
I've never fucking seen it ever in my life.
What?
I've seen it in the States
never
when I've
seen
been
it.
there.
Hyde denounces Foster's. That
Like
is
none
not
of us
All
drink
right.
it. Like that's not the beers. Anyway, we'll leave that topic now. Anyway,
Blade
so while you were talking
Yeah.
about BV, I was thinking, did she say VB? And I was trying to catch up because I was like, the only thing I can think of is BV. Please tell me that's what she's talking.
I'm gonna try the beer.
Anyway, I've got Noodle left to talk to about Flashback and plans. Got any?
My plan is to get a box.
Huh?
I'm gonna get
A
the box at level 50. That's basically my plan. I think
I
I need
like
to take
this.
a little bit of a break before the next league.
Mhm.
You know, got to keep on top of all the information about that and think about making a video anyway. So like I'm definitely not going to be invested if I play anything. I will say Aura Greengate or whatever the Ranger Exile is down
Or
in the Delve
Chase, you
got me
mean?
thinking about Rain of Arrows because I'm like,
Yeah.
she is kicking my ass.
Mm.
And she's like
Actually-
the only one down there that's scary. And I'm like, maybe I wonder like if I could try doing something with Rain of Arrows. I did a Toxic Rain when it first came out and it was a lot of fun. But now I'm like, Rain of Arrows looking kind of interesting.
She immobilizes you, which makes her. I used to laugh in the face of these rogue exiles.
You
Laugh.
can't laugh at bear traps.
Oh, I thought I could, and then I delved deeper, and I was like, "Who are these
They're
mysterious
pretty
murderers?"
menacing at any level,
Yeah.
I find.
Yeah.
I'm not here
She
for this
is-
shit. I'm just like running
Her-
around and I'm like as much caustic ground as possible, like spamming everything, and then just like every now and then hit the space bar so that I can get the oh god, what's Withering Step? I know the name of my
you have your-
skills.
You have your movement on spacebar. That's smart.
I have Wither Step on spacebar. It's not a particular. It just does the effect. It doesn't actually make you move faster or do anything.
Oh,
I
I
just
have like
realized
the dash
actually
on my
Aura,
movement skill.
Aura Greengate killed my first character in Mayhem. Like when I got to Rogue Exiles, she killed me with a bear trap.
she's
And now
evil.
she killed me down in the Delve. So yeah, I guess my flashback is going to be about revenge.
Get her. Get her.
Revenge.
Get her.
That's what I'm
Destroy
gonna do.
her.
All right, question before we move on to the next topic. If you are taking a break from hardcore poeing, what games, any games particular that you might foray into, Noodle?
Well, I was thinking about Cyberpunk and I was really excited about it. And I'm not doing it because of the bugs. I'm not playing it on console, so I'm not worried about that. But I have heard some things, and we can talk more about this later, about like the storyline and character alignment. So I would like to ask people who are playing it, like how they feel, because I've just heard that it doesn't feel complete or like decisions and actions are meaningful. And so I'm kind of like, maybe I should wait and see if they are going to do something about those kind of more overarching story things. So if I just decide to delve into it anyway, accidental pun, I'll be doing Cyberpunk. Otherwise, there's this game that's called like Garden Paws that's like Animal Crossing but with cats. So I might try that out.
That sounds adorable.
Sounds adorable.
Ha.
Jinx.
Oh god. Well, it is. It does.
It does.
Okay.
It does.
It diddly do.
Oh no.
Oh Lord, I'm really sorry. Okay, this is what you get when you've got a really like dragging league and try to make podcast content on it.
You know, I've come to the conclusion that normally my hype is like reinvigorated because they give me new news. I'm all excited for the next league. I'm ready to. They have not given me any news, and I'm like, I'm tired. I'm so tired. I'm not hype at all. You know, I'm exhausted. I need just a little. They gave us a little taste. If we want to segue
Yeah, we are
into
segueing.
what they said, they gave us a taste.
Yeah.
Who wants to read it? I'm not a good out loud reader.
I
Oh,
like reading.
You love
Yay.
reading, don't you, Noodle?
Yes.
Well, let's give it to her. Take it away, Noodle.
I have to
Wait,
open
wait.
it up. Give me a second.
Okay, we'll stall.
Okay,
we'll
hold on.
stall.
Okay,
So, Val,
okay. Yes.
Hey, how about some?
You know,
Okay, good
Among-
stalling. I've got it. All right. Good tidings, nomad. I am a simple messenger from a place of great darkness and great distance. Those great and unreachable. Oh no, my audition tape.
no.
Those great
Keep
and
rolling. Keep
unreachable
rolling.
have heard the silence echoing from that which once hunted here, and they have turned their gaze to this place. Rejoice, nomad, for she approaches, and she seeks to witness your struggle. I don't expect a call back. It's fine.
Okay. So, without elaborating, who was the first she you thought of? Then we'll go into it. Noodle?
I'm going to be controversial here. I don't think it's a she we know.
Okay.
I don't think
Really?
it is. I think a lot of people are leaning towards the she's that we've heard of because there's basically two that it could be, and I won't spoil that. I'll let you guys discuss, and then I'll go into the two that people are basically thinking that it could be. I personally don't think it's anyone we've seen, and I will elaborate more, but I would like to hear other people's ideas first because I don't want to. If I just lay out my cards on the table, it'll be like, okay.
Yeah.
Alrighty. Okay. Let's ask Vel.
Okay. So I know some people have thrown out Calandra. And listen, I still think Xana's Calandra. I truly believe this. She's just hide. She's in disguise. All right, I actually believe this. This is my deep dark theory about Calandra. All right, we're not gonna.
We like it,
But I maybe. What if? Now I know she's supposed to be a god or something, but what if it's the same person and Noodle knows about this one? That Oshabi talks to and that Yina talks to. What if it's that her?
Veridi.
Yes. Maybe. Now she is a god, so why would she show herself? But also, I think it's called like, I think this next like upcoming league is called like Great Darkness. They're not the league, the overall expansion. So I don't know why, because they said the league name and the overall expansion name is in this post. So I think it's Great Darkness, and I think it's going to be Veridi.
Path of Exile.
I feel like we're playing Clue.
Yeah, Great Darkness. I mean, we killed gods, we've killed Cirrus. Like, it's going to get dark. It's already.
Wait, the overall expansion name or the league name? Because aren't they different? Or are they the same?
Yeah, they said they're both in here. They're different, and they said they're both are in here. Maybe it's called Your Struggle. No. Damn it, I know.
Because the league names are usually like one word, and then the expansion names are usually like 2-3 words or something. Or
yeah,
4.
yeah. That's why I think like the overall name is like Great Darkness. Great
I want to get this post up.
Struggle League. No crafting bench for you. It's now Struggle League.
Brittleknee. Who was the
I
she?
am not up enough on the lore to have any idea who she is, but sort of I had the same sort of initial idea that it was something new
Mhm.
because like there's been a couple of different things like pointing to bigger bads out there. I don't remember when it was, but I know that there was stuff worse than the Elder out there. So I don't know. It's gonna like if we consider the end games that we've had, they kind of have to like one up it. Is my thought process is like we've already had Shaper, which was pretty badass to begin with, and then Elder came in, that was pretty badass, and then we've got this team of exiles who are supposedly just like us go and take over the Atlas and do all their stuff to you, and that's like whatever. But
Like we don't even
I
care
mean,
about them.
we've had this, yeah, I don't know, whatever. But there's like always like as far as the PoE that I've witnessed, the in games that I've witnessed, there's like the established norm, and then there's something that sort of like invades that norm, the way the Elder invaded the original Atlas with the Elder influence and otherwise. So I'm thinking something sort of like of that same kind of feel, and I hope so. I'd like something to augment the current Atlas system because that's what we got. Like I know a lot of people are like, "Oh, new in game, fuck Cyrus forever," but I think this is like because if we remember, we had a year like from 3.0 we had Shaper, and then they introduced Elder, and then we've got this, and now they've got to introduce like that next thing.
Yeah.
So I think she is that next thing. As far as like, I think it's gonna be Path of Exile Nomad, and then I think the League, or not the League, but the expansion name is probably gonna be something about like the Echoing Silence or something like that.
That would be pretty good too.
I would like to contribute that somebody looked at the metadata of the image, and the only word that was capitalized was silence. So I think there is a high probability that silence or Silence League or Silence Echoing is one of the names.
You
I
can no
think
longer spellcast
silence.
without silence.
I think silence is significant too.
Mhm.
And I was trying to like, there's definitely lore where silence has been a thing before, right? But I couldn't remember who it was. So I'm gonna leave it to other people who talk about these things. Go on, Doodle.
I will summarily break this down. Let's begin. Okay. So, first and foremost, because they already told us that they're not getting rid of Cirrus, there's no way that the she is Zana because Zana's not approaching. She's already there. She's involved in that end game. Unless she disappears and then comes back and is like, aha.
But wait,
Like, it wouldn't
what
make
if
any
the
sense.
Santa we know now is actually just a fake Santa?
Russian Santa comes back.
Imposter Xander.
Russian Santa!
Oh god.
Let her return to us.
Well, that would be super awesome because I think we would all enjoy that. I just don't think even if Xana was like coming back in a new form, I don't think it would be like she approaches, she seeks to witness your struggle. The second thing is definitely when they say the great and unreachable have heard the silence echoing from that which once hunted here, that is basically guaranteed to be about the elder and the elder's disappearance. That's almost the only way that you can interpret that. And the elder terms like hunting, that was used a lot, right? That he's stalking people, he's hunting people, he's feeding with the decay. So it's something has noticed that the elder is gone and is intrigued by that. For me personally, and this might be a bit of like an ego stroke, but I think this is about harbingers. I think it is a continuation of that, and here's why. For one, we're pretty sure, at least I'm pretty sure, that the harbingers worshipped the elder at one point and had a relationship with him. It's not guaranteed that all of the harbingers were down with the elder. We don't know anything about their civilization. It could be there's different groups of people, it could be there's different religions, different followers, etc. But in particular, saying I'm a simple messenger when messenger is the only harbinger div card makes me think that, as well as saying nomad, we are people who travel to different locations and don't have a home. What I personally interpret that as is that we are going to travel somewhere else. Like there's going to be a new place for us to go to. Like it's not going to change what Sirius is doing, but we are going to go somewhere else. If we are a nomad, that's generally somebody who's traveling around who doesn't have a home. So if we are a traveler, we could be that nomad. I do think that's a directive at us as the player. And for she, what a lot of people are thinking is Calandra, because that's the big powerful entity she that we don't know much about. That's the big mystery. And while I think it could be that this harbinger, this messenger, like there's a group of harbingers that worship Calandra, I kind of don't, I'd like to know more about Calandra, but I really don't want to see Calandra, if that makes sense. Like I really hope they don't add her as a fight or
I've
like
seen that.
Yeah.
That sentiment.
Yeah.
People keep saying it's
Yeah.
Calandra. Calandra is the mirror that is the symbol of Path of Exile, the game. And I'm like, dude, some gods just need the mystery.
That's the core mystery, right? It's like a horror movie when you finally see the monster and all of your expectations and fears are dashed because it can't possibly meet what you've imagined. So I truly hope that if it's anything related to Calandra, we're not just going to go up and meet her and like high five and kiki and whatever, you know?
Yeah, that is the
Maybe.
reason. That's the reason I hate Act 4 is because they're like, let me show you all these bosses we've been talking about for like the entire time the game's been out. Now you just fight them like they're nothing. You know, it's like, oh, Dodre's actually just sucks. You know, like it's like it's nothing. She could have been her own expansion with curses and such and blah blah blah. You know, whatever she does, she could have been her own thing. Kind of.
So
I'm glad she's not, though. I'm glad. She's not.
The other god that I think is a possibility is Hinekora, because she's a god we haven't seen, and she obviously, being the ruler of the underworld, she's the mother of death, comes from a place of great darkness and great distance. But the problem with that is that that doesn't relate to harbingers at all. I don't think that this is referring to things. I don't think this messenger is somebody from Rayclast. That's my interpretation. If they're calling us a nomad, and it has a map device in the image, and it's a place of great distance and great darkness and refers to the elder, that seems very Atlas and maps and interdimensional centric, and not like the underworld of Rayclast.
I think you just blew that sounds like an area
mind.
I'd totally like to explore. Like,
I love
Are you
Hinekora.
telling me
I'm down for it, but I don't think
that
that
the
that's
map
what this
device is in the background of this image?
Yes.
You're saying the map device is in the background of this? What?
I am
can
saying
see
that.
it.
That's-
Yeah, you can see it. So if you like look at,
Hold
because
on.
if you go to
The
the
thing that
Twitter
looks
post,
like
you can look at a
Planet's
high-res
rings.
version of the image.
Mhm.
I need to get
It looks
bigger.
like the night sky, like a celestial image over the map device.
Oh,
So it looks like planetary rings is the map device.
yeah. I had to get close. I was not that close to it. Well,
Yeah.
okay, I have a question then for
Mhm.
you know, the knower of Harbies. Why is there a King Harvey and then small boys?
He is not necessarily a king. He's the leader of the harbinger. So he's the leader of the followers. Why is there a king? I don't know, because if they have a god, they probably got to have some kind of hierarchical system. They're not like communist harbingers, it seems like.
Communist harbingers. Oh my god, that's too good.
Damn commie Harveys.
Commie Harveys.
I didn't get to say what I thought of the thing, but I really wanted to say that, like, as soon as I saw the word messenger, I was like, okay, harbingers. I really want to agree with Noodle, because you can't have a league all about harbingers and not fucking bring anything with it.
Yeah. Yeah.
Sorry,
I mean,
that
they
reminds
did
me. I
last
didn't
time,
say
though.
who I think she is. I think she is either a leader or a new god of the harbingers. Okay.
Cool.
Leader of the Harveys. Like the Pope of Harveys.
Oh jeez, who's going in that direction?
Oh. And then the other
You know,
thing,
like they're the leader of the, you know.
He does have a cool hat.
Yeah,
Yes.
even bigger hat.
Heralding in things, you know, like missionaries for elder or something, but she's like the Pope one.
okay.
Maybe.
Yeah, okay. That wasn't exactly what I was thinking, but I'm hopeful now.
I do want to say one other thing about the, like, spoiler. What I kind of picture, and I don't know what this is reminding me of, but there is definitely like lore and another story that it reminds me of, where it's like because Elder is gone, and I don't think whoever she is sees Cirrus as a god. He's one of us, or the player who's like not just fully ascended into being a dickhead, really.
He's ascended to being a dickhead.
That's
I
amazing.
mean,
He did.
He did.
He did. That's what he did do.
That there's
was
a power
cool.
vacuum from the godliness aspect, and that
Mhm.
she's coming to occupy that space.
I totally agree.
And
think I'm
that's,
reading-
those are themes that I really am keen on.
I
What's that,
deep
Brittle?
down want it to be like some sort of like Zerg Protoss thing where like the Elder is the Zerg and the Protoss are hunting them. And like she is basically the PoE equivalent of Protoss.
I think that's kind of, I mean, not exactly, but I think that's, if we think of Harbingers as some of them, or maybe all of them, having worshipped the Elder, and now the Elder's god, is the Elder's dead, which is their god. Sentences are hard. That there would be a power vacuum, not only in the Atlas, but also for people who are in the Harbingers. So if there was any kind of rivalry between things that were being worshipped, maybe she was, you know, a god for some of them, and now she's like, all right, the Elder is out of here, like I'm taking over this, we're taking over that, like, you know, who knows.
She's like looking around like those weird guys that like were into that Elder shit, where'd they go?
We
What
are
happened?
nomads, though. I got to agree with that. We got
Where'd your
displaced
god
from
go?
Oriath, and now we're just
We did
traveling
get
around
displaced
Raycross
from
killing
Oriath.
shit.
I mean, Oriath wasn't that great. I went there, you know, it was pretty gross.
There's a guy there in a
Wasn't that good.
giant chair, and there's storms.
Yeah.
He's not that great.
I always feel so bad when I start that fight and there's just innocent people running around, and I'm like, go, get out of here. And they're just
Why
standing
do they
directly
walk?
under the chair. I'm like, go on, get.
And then they run into clouds, and you're like, no, not in there. Can't you tell you're dying? Jeez.
Oriath is the only place where there's like NPCs you can't kill in maps, isn't it? Like you get there in Act 5 and there's people running around going, whoa, shit's going down. And then the same thing
Yeah,
in
in the
Act
Slave
10.
Rebellion.
Wait,
That's like
is
the
there?
first place you see them, because there's two different
Yeah.
groups fighting, so you could kill some of them, but there's some that are like allies, even though they're useless. But
I
you know, they're
guarantee
trying.
every single one of us has killed innocent Oriathian people.
I
every
really
time we go
thought
to
I
Act
did
5.
when we first started playing. Like they said they had
Oh, you
green
do.
bars above them, but like they died.
You do kill innocent Oriathan people who are scared. You do.
If
They
you
just run
raise them
around
as-
outside and they're scared. You kill them.
If you raise them as a specter, that's all they do as well. Is just panic.
Yeah. Yeah, they're just running around. You just kill them. Kill them dead.
I mean,
Or-
the thing is you can't single target very well in this game. Like most of the skills I mean, like you can single target, but even if you've taken your passage and done anything at all with AoE or anything at all, like it just like even that single target will explode, or the thing that you shoot is so wide that it's like a fucking train. Like,
Never forget the old Varici mission where it's keep all the guards alive. Nobody did that shit. Nobody did that. Everybody was like, all of them? Yeah, I can't do that. You do the rotations? Does anybody here have a single target? No? All right, we just failed this then. Yeah, never forget. Single target just doesn't play well.
Is it it's kind of similar to the one where you're like, you've got to open the box and you got to sit there, but like without killing the dude.
Yep.
Yeah.
Don't kill the guy, although he's gonna
They
come
made
and
a
slam you.
special kicking animation, at least for the witch, because that's all I played back then was the SRS witch, and she had to lay down on the ground and fucking kick this box open. I'm like, kick faster! Jesus! You run
Oh,
around
no.
all day. How do you not have the muscles for this?
Why
I-
does it?
you
Where's
know-
I need footage of that? I haven't seen that in forever.
It's been a long. Thank God we don't have to do that anymore.
No, but I feel like reminiscing.
Yeah, I mean, that's pretty. What else are they going to use that animation for now? It's just sitting there.
Yeah.
Just waiting.
It's there. Like, oh,
Mhm.
oh.
Just make a skill where your witch just lays down and starts kicking.
Solid as an MTX.
Yeah. Yeah, yep. MTX is a magic carpet, so you look like you're still gliding, you know? While you're laying down.
Okay.
All
Okay.
of
It'll
those
work.
quests were super frustrating as a minion player.
We kind of
Oh,
talked
I
about.
believe it.
Okay. I need a minute. We kind of talked about who was she, and we kind of talked about names for the expansion, but do we want to kind of circle back and hypothesize about what the league might actually entail? Because we do know from like a month ago that it's in area, right?
It's
It
where?
was something that
Yeah,
Chris
it's in
said,
map.
right?
Mm-hmm. It's gonna be like Breach or Legion or something like that. It should be an element that is within your normal mapping experience.
Mm-hmm. Anybody got any sweet ideas?
But what if it's more like synthesis?
I hope it's not like Abyss. I don't want to chase cracks everywhere again.
No.
You know, I loved Abyss. It was my favorite league when it came out. But now I'm just like, that's going backwards? Forget it. Yeah, I'm not chasing that.
Backtrack cracks.
Yeah, I'm not doing those cracks anymore. It was good before, but now it's bad.
Yeah,
It's no good.
I'm thinking that because it's Nomad, or like that's my theory about it, that it's going to be more like a portal to a different little like map or instance scenario.
Like within
Yeah, like synthesis, like in a
Mm.
map, and you go somewhere else for a second, and do something. Especially if it says she wants to witness your struggle, I imagine it's going to be some kind of
we're
fighting.
gonna go into hunting grounds and we're gonna be hunted.
Oh,
And
well,
she's gonna witness our
that's
struggle as we're getting hunted by big
struggle
boys.
league.
That kind of reminds me of the Toro missions.
Yeah, honestly, those Toro missions were okay when she was directly beside it. They were okay. But
Well,
yeah,
the ones
I'm
where you went
thinking
into the like room and you shot
little
fish in a
cave.
barrel.
Basically.
Good times.
And then you had those monkeys that all had a what is it? Molten shell, and it would just pop off and destroy you immediately because all those apes had molten shell and they were bastards and it was like extremely scaled. Yeah, I remember. No, it's the apes. Don't shoot. That was basically my ape experience. But I really think, yeah, we're gonna go into a hunting ground and be attacked.
Yeah, I wonder if it's going to be like the same kind of thing each time, or if there's going to be variations. Because if it is like, I don't know, with memories, I mean, obviously there's variations of the landscape and everything. So I would kind of be interested to see if it's something like that, like learning more about the story of Harbinger through that, like through this messenger, right? Because one of the things somebody asked me in chat when I said I think it was Harbinger, they were like, well, how did this messenger learn to speak English? And I'm like, well, because they have their own language, right? It'd be interesting to have this interpreter basically, guiding you through and learning more about what's going on, you know?
Well, I mean, it also kind of plays to your theory about the Harbingers in the first place, as far as them possibly being like different groups that are all Harbinger, but that kind of did their own thing. Like, there's definitely going to be like a curious Harbinger that wants to kind of like keep an eye on the Atlas and like learn about us. So
Yeah.
it makes perfect sense that there would be like, they're like, what did you do yesterday? Oh, I studied people in the Atlas. They have a weird language. I learned some of it. I'm gonna go back
Mhm.
next Tuesday. Like, there's gonna be somebody that knows some of this, if they're an entire civilization.
Yeah, that's exactly what I think. I think this messenger is like going to be acting between us and this other world, this other place. That if it's Harbinger, obviously we wouldn't like be able to read what's going on. Who knows what they sound like?
Yeah, they're not
We had
gonna get
some-
up here, look around at the language, and go, "Ah, fuck," and then just like go back. Like,
Oh, I don't speak this. I'm out.
I don't speak the
Guess we're
language.
out.
I'm gonna go home.
Atlas is off limits.
Yeah.
This mission's a bust.
Yeah.
We can conquer worlds, but like learning a language. Oh God.
How am I
That's
supposed
hard.
to infiltrate
Fuck
this?
that.
Oh.
Oh.
I'm totally on board with, again, I already forgot her name, but the Oshabi one.
Vindari.
Darkness, Act 2.
No, that's
Darkness.
Viridi. Vindari.
Viridi, Vendiri.
Vendiri.
Vendiri's aunt Viridi. All right. Makes a good CD. All right, I'll stop. But,
Spitting bars.
Makes a good
I don't know why I said that. I should show myself out. But
No.
I don't know, the darkness, the hunting, the whole I just think so. I think, and the plants are coming back. We're planting again. We're gonna be farming
Oh yeah.
again or something.
We're gonna be
Or
something
something.
harvest. All right, which bits are we getting from harvest? I'm gonna start with Brittleknee.
I can talk about what I want to see.
Yeah.
I want to see the sort of like because the targeted rerolls. I know it was like Reforge League, blah blah blah, but like I think those are really valuable if you can coax out certain suffixes, and it exists alongside essences when you need like that particular thing, but also when you're trying to like coax out multiple like types of damage. Like if you want a cold +1 cold, whatever, you can like kind of use that as an alternative to fossil. So I'm hoping the reforges are there, and I'm hoping like the more utility based ones, like the res swaps and stuff, are there. I think with the targeted stuff, either the targeted exalts or the targeted annuls, I think at best we get one. I'm not really expecting both, though, to be honest. Like they can't exist together. It's just way too fucking powerful.
Mm.
But I could see I could see the argument for either one of them though, like to have one of them in. Cuz like targeted exalts already sort of exist in the way that like we have them in the game. They're called Conqueror's Orbs. Like that already kind of exists in a certain way. These are just like regular people affixes exalts instead of, here's a Conqueror's direct affix.
What if we did the swap, but only for swap influence to another influence mod? Because those were really expensive and hard to get. I think maybe that might be the only kind of.
That would be
targeted
cool for
exalt.
SSF, especially if you get you get redeemers like gloves in the base that you want, but then you're like, fuck, you need hunters instead.
Yeah, exactly. So I think I agree with you. They're probably not going to keep in both of those because they're too powerful.
Noodle?
I think probably what we're going to see is what BK said with the Reforge, especially. I think for sure they're going to switch this resistance type to that resistance type, and some of the more basic utility crafting ones like that. I really have no idea what they're going to do, if they're going to have kind of chase harvest options, or if they're going to keep it pretty limited. I don't know, because there were so many really random ones that would like give you items
Tremendous
or
coins.
scarabs and scrolls and like so many extra things that I have no idea if they're going to focus more on like the item crafting or like what you could do in harvest. I'm just not really sure. I think they're probably not going to give us anything that's too OP. Like I hope for targeted annuls, but I don't expect to see targeted annuls or exalts because they were very powerful. And we know that, they don't want to give us candy like that.
Well, I think it just leads to us not the there is a thrill of the chase to a point of getting that perfect item, right? And I think one of the big problems with Harvest is that everybody chased their item and then nobody knew what to do because they just made it. So they have to do something to make it like not that easy
Mm-hmm.
so that we still have, like, I think that we will probably get resist swaps. I don't know if we're gonna have just straight up add fires, add fizzes, etc. But I do believe we're gonna probably get like resist swaps. I believe they're gonna probably keep higher tier seeds since those were really annoying and hard to do anyways. And you often for the amount of seeds you got to get what you needed was still kind of scarce.
Yeah. I
So
can picture them doing like the winged scarab ones and like the switching oils, like the ones that were
yeah.
like switching kind
Yeah,
of
yeah.
gambling.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Gamble
that might
cards,
be something they
please.
do. I know there's so
My
many.
my biggest problem isn't necessarily like what we get. It's like how is it going to be implemented? Because like whatever we get, it's going to be more than what we have, which means more tools
Yeah.
and yay. So at the end of the day, we're winning. Even though it might not be as good as it was, it's still more tools in the toolbox to solve certain gearing problems and conundrums. But the implementation is what has me like the most worried because like there is a lot that went into Harvest that was just sort of beyond it. I mean, like there was the entire garden,
Yep.
there was the mini boss fights, and
Yep.
there's the big boss fights, and we know boss fights are expensive to create, and they're going to try and keep those in as much as possible as they can because I've done that with synthesis despite scrapping everything else. And so like that leads me to think like, is this going to be another synthesis treatment where it's like a one in whatever chance, and then you go through the portal, like as you click the thing and it has a portal, you go in there. Are the seeds going to be pre-planted? Is it RNG? Are you going to be able to save the crafts? Like because
Good point.
I don't want another fucking micromanagement system. Like it's already
No.
bad enough with the unveils and the
Yeah.
delve and everything else. Like I don't want another, especially if the Rogue Exiles go core. It's another thing I gotta level every goddamn league, and this is like there's too much right now.
Yeah.
So they either got to take like the amount of unveils and make it less overall, and the amount of XP needed for the like the heist helpers and make that less overall. They got to start squishing these systems if they're going to start giving them more of it, because it's going to get to a point where it's just like why.
I
So
personally think that they don't get rid of certain systems so they can keep the uniques in. Because Oshabi comes with uniques. They want those uniques
well,
to
yeah,
come
for
back.
sure. And I mean, like, well, yeah, and it's just like that is absolutely bonkers. Like as far as their like production budget to like create, and because there's custom animations,
Yeah.
there's music, there's new assets from the art department, there's the programming that goes into it. Like boss fights in general are very, very intensive, so they're going to keep them.
Plus they do
I
like
just
once you know there's a voice, you're like, this is staying.
I really hope it's something where we go into an extra or like portal and there's like a bunch of seeds already there and we click it and then we have the encounter and then we go back to our mapping lives.
Yeah.
Like I didn't get that. Is like, but the problem is like, do we save it or do we not?
How RNG base is gonna be, how mad are people gonna get when they never find a good like
Because
T2
they could take
seed?
the same hierarchy from what they've already got as far as like the beasts, right? So like we have a sort of like a tried and true demo of this already in Bestiary League as far as that's concerned, as far as like we have these random pattern or like random bosses that sometimes like as far as the aspect ones just correlate the tier 3 seeds to like the tiering of the maps as far as when they can appear. Like correlate the tier 4 seeds to those, and then I don't know as far as her, maybe they each drop a fragment.
Never touch the yellow one because he's dangerous.
Yep, that guy.
But there are only like 3 bosses, so 3 fragments would be weird. But I like the idea because I like it.
Well,
I
for
think that would
Oshabi
be-
fight, it could be fragments, but I think having the
Yeah.
other bosses could be, as BK said, like based on the tier of the maps that you're in, and still maybe a little bit RNG, like not necessarily guaranteed like you're going to get a tier 4 in this one. But I do think having it I do wonder, yeah, with saving, right? If we have any kind of horticulture station, do we have to keep that, or is that like tied to every instance of harvest? Or I just don't know how they're going to do that, or if they're going to let us save it all, which could make it, very RNG, which seems on brand. But I guess I wouldn't
Alternatively.
necessarily mind that, but I also don't want to have to manage that myself.
Isn't
and they have the
Yeah.
technology. Sorry, go ahead.
I was going to say, isn't the issue with saving it, the problem was that we had to get to our stash and we didn't have access to our stash properly?
Well, the
Partially.
people were not using them as often or as freely. I think they thought that we were gonna sort of just like spam it all and then just go, oh well, and then keep going, not realizing that people are
People
gonna
hoard
be
that
really
shit.
methodical about it. And so like I don't think they initially thought that we were going to use the stations as much as we did, and then we all laughed with quad tubs full of them.
Yeah.
But they, like you just said though, like they have they have the technology already done as far as making it so that if we pop into this extra area, kill the seeds, we can already access our stash from like that seed after it's done menu to put like whatever item in there that we want to craft. So like at that point, does it become like Tiny's trial where it's instance to that and you have
Yeah,
to
I was
kind of like
thinking of
work with
Tiny's
it?
trial.
Because
Mm.
we have that in there already. We're Tiny's trial. I mean, it's a pain in the ass, and there's only certain things you can do with it, which is like ES shield or ES chest piece and belts are like the only things
I-
that you can do the spams on for that.
I can't even do it because it's too stressful.
I just panicked.
Way too
I don't
stressful,
even
man.
try anymore.
Well, I'm not saying like Tiny's trial is in the fact that it's got
Yeah.
a time limit. I'm just saying
Yeah.
like, is it like effectively a crafting bench like that where you've got like the beast stuff on the one side and you can move stuff in and out of your inventory, but then it like does it go away?
Yeah, that's
I
what I'm
guess
wondering
it's more
too.
yeah.
If it's tied to that instance, or if it's something that we are able to use either like it's within each instance and it still has like horticulture stations that we've already like saved up or something, or if it's something we're going to have to use on our own somehow.
I just don't want to build another garden, please.
Oh, God.
no.
Yep. I was just about to say, please don't make me place down pylons and all of that. I don't want to do it. I don't want to do it.
I don't either.
I followed some guide and still
Yeah.
I messed up the end and I had to redo it and it was like 2 hours of fixing because I had to count
Yeah,
every
you have to
and I
shift
just hated
everything over.
Mhm.
Yeah, I just hated it. It was terrible.
I will say that I've loved, in part, having an extra 5 weeks waiting for the new league or whatever it is, because it's just prolonging having to deal with whatever version of Harvest comes through, because like it's, for all we speculate, it's just as likely they'll just make us do the work again.
Yeah.
No, I
True.
think they heard that we hate that. I think listen, sometimes they know we hate things, but they like them, so they're gonna keep them. And other times they're like, they hate that too much. Like, they, sometimes.
Oh, that's fucking terrifying. I just saw a comment, endless garden when?
No.
No, thank you.
No endless garden. Unless I can have endless delirium in endless garden so I can consistently die. Because, I mean, it's fun, but it just kills you generally. But it's really fun, but you often just die. So,
Yeah.
fun though.
Shall we live react to the core packs? Try?
Yeah, yeah.
Should we just look on our own computers, or should I try and
Yeah,
do...
I guess just put the link in and then
I reckon chat will get to the link before I'm going to get to it.
Here you go.
Val got to the link before I got to it.
You beat me. I was
Listen.
just copying it.
Listen,
Okay,
I had it
so
open
I
because
saw the
I've been
announcement for
looking.
this morning, like 20 minutes before I was getting ready for this. And I kind of quickly said to everyone, like, if you haven't seen it already, let's try not to look at it and then get fresh takes. I don't know if we can watch the video. Should we just browse through them?
We can do 3, 2, 1, go, and I'll hit play at the same time.
Oh
You want
god.
to do that?
I have pushed
Yep.
talk.
Hang
So
on.
Let's do it. Okay.
I can't have
We're
music
starting
for
with Delve.
mine.
We're starting with Delve, everybody. All right.
Okay, everybody.
How am I gonna do this? I can't. This
Here's
just
Delve. Here's Delve. For everybody, there's the Delve one, particularly. All right.
okay.
Are we gonna count down?
Go. 3,
All right.
2, 1.
Oh.
Oh my god, it was so loud.
Yeah, it's actually definitely me.
I wasn't prepared.
I like the weapon effect.
I'm really into just this is weird, but the lantern,
Yeah.
it's a light source on your body.
Is that guy
And I think
dragging
that's
up
cool.
the portal? That's
Yeah.
kinda
It
weird.
also has physics. When you swing the weapon around, like it goes too.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah,
I don't know what
the
I
effect,
think of
the
the-
overall look.
Is that Nico? Like, who is holding that?
I don't.
Yeah, it's
You
Yeah.
guys
Nico.
holding that?
Nico
That's
got
the
a
first
second
thing
I don't
job.
I
mind
was
the
talking
armor.
about.
Like overall.
I like
No,
everything.
the armor
except
is
for the
nice.
helmet. Yeah.
I don't even mind the helmet because
Yeah.
it's like,
Very different.
you know, I got one eye that has oh actually both eyes are glowing. I thought I only saw one. I don't think that's
My
neat.
favorite part about this so far is that if you notice when they showed the map device, it changes if you're using
Yeah.
the small or large configuration
Yeah.
appropriately with the animation. That is fucking cool.
Yeah, they'll only do like the one apparition or 6 of them if it's the big device. That one
is
over the
really,
small
really
is
cool.
creepy. Like I like it.
Ah.
Just
Tiny
hovering there
Nico,
in the
big
middle.
Nico.
Does it laugh when you
Small
open
Nico or many Nico.
it? Does it do Nico's laugh when
Yeah.
it opens? That would creep me out.
Oh,
I
God, I hope
wish.
so. All right, I'm gonna say I'm very excited. Breach is like my heart.
Oh right.
Reaches Bay.
Everybody said purple, and I was like, okay, well, y'all spoiled it.
Here's Breaches, and let me give you a quick hot take before we even start, is that I see these hands, but I got that as a reward for challenges, and now there's just a ghost over it, and I'm like, hey, wait a minute.
Oh, I have that too.
Well, I have these hands already.
I have that hand.
I
right.
didn't start.
we
Did
ready?
you start?
No.
No,
No,
just
it's
looking
just
at
on the
picture,
preview. It's just
Okay,
the
we're just looking
preview.
at the preview. Cool.
Yeah,
Yeah, the preview picture there for that one. I was just saying because I saw that hand. I'm like, wait a minute.
I like how the thing behind him looks like a person. It's
Is
got
it?
an eye. It's got eyes. It's got like army bits or hands or something.
All right,
Already.
we watching?
Okay,
Let's do
3,
countdown.
3,
2, 1.
Oh shit. Oh my god, he's got leg claws, like knee claws.
And shoulder claws.
Oh no,
Oh,
the portal is different.
I like it.
Oh no, the portal's many hands. Handle it. No.
Extra
I
hands.
think there's a hand on the end of those fingers. There's like hands on hands.
Hand fractures.
Oh, I'm kind of disgusted by that, but intrigued.
I hate the footsteps.
What is that?
It's a pet.
You don't like the
maybe?
footsteps?
A pet? Weird.
Is it a pet?
Oh.
The
That
little
weapon
hands
effect
on the
is so
ground? I think so.
Or are those the footprints?
The pet is
I
a
hate
pile
the
of
knees.
hands.
I actually hate the knee. They're grossing me out as I'm looking at
The
them.
fact that they
love
sort
it
of
so
pulsate
much.
open and closed.
Cover your hand knees if you're going outside. They're just
I love it. It's spooky.
I like the disgusting hand footprints.
I fucking hate them.
You hate them? You hate the hand footprints? Are they
Yep.
too much? Now this one I'm pretty excited for. Here, I put it in.
I
This
just
is
want the
Abyss.
portal. That portal is sick.
The Abyss
Hand
portal or the
fractals.
Breach portal?
Oh, I was talking about the breach portal. The abyss portal is also sick. I really hate on this preview the flying baby.
The little Yeah, the flying baby.
I hate that.
It's like
More than I can express.
Is it the Pandemonium box that had babies as well?
Like the
I don't know. I
cherub
have a little
and stuff?
sin
The
and a little
cherubs,
innocence.
yeah.
Yeah,
that
the
were,
Sin and
like-
Innocence one.
Sin and
Ugh.
innocence. Yep. Disgusting.
No,
Disgusting. Yeah, this little weird, creepy flying. How is he even flying? He's got like no wing. That's
No,
just
I can
skeletal
see them.
structure,
They're
my
like-
dude.
Where's your lift, bro?
Yeah, where's your lift? I'm looking for it. I don't see it nowhere. His little creepy face is too adult for his baby body.
I will just say, while I like
got
what
a
we're
little
seeing so
crown.
far on the preview, like
Mhm.
this is another green that doesn't match other greens.
Any
It's
green.
not
Yes,
even
thank you.
green, okay? It's like a pussy ass version of green. It's mostly yellow.
What?
Whoa.
Mostly yellow.
Strong take there.
No, it's
Whoa.
not green.
Pi has a passion for greens.
I would say this is like a green, but not the best green.
It's
Like
you know
what
green
it
if
is?
green was really sick.
if
It isn't
green
sickly
looked
green.
like puke. No.
If green showed up to work sick, this is what green would look
Yeah.
like.
All right, we got
Hungover.
some green elitists in here. I get it.
All
It's
right.
fine.
So we watch now and look at that disgusting baby.
I don't wanna.
I know.
It's okay. We're all in it together. We're just gonna
All
get
right.
past it.
3,
We've got this.
2,
2,
1.
1. Oh god, look at him move. He's disgusting.
Oh, it starts with the baby. That's great. That's cool.
I
The
like
baby's
that weird
legs
hat.
jangling.
Yeah.
Oh,
That hat
actually,
is sick though.
That
hate
He
it.
just
baby's
put a hole
alright.
in the ground.
That's
He just went in the
rude.
ground. He just went in the ground on his own.
The
Portal is so
apparitions above
cool.
the map device is cool. The little
Mhm.
map device.
I do like that. I only use little map device, so I really like that.
Yeah, me too.
Yeah.
Damn.
'Cause it's just too crowded
Yeah,
otherwise.
it is. Oh my god, stop. What is why the
stop
head
showing us
size?
the baby? Yeah, he's disgusting.
He's
I
not
like
wearing any
this
clothes,
weird
but he has
crown.
no genitals, and I really like. I know that it's
Are
not
you
about
looking
that.
for his pee-pee?
I just give him one of them like sash things that goes in front, so you don't know.
Listen, I'm not going to shame you. I too looked for his pee-pee.
I just couldn't look past the giant head. It was so scary.
Only-
I didn't like it.
Only because that's what the game does. Like, you know, it just
I
draws
just-
people.
I hate Ken dolling anything, really. I hate
Oh,
Ken dolling.
yeah. Nobody should have mounds like that. It's just cruel. Kens.
I don't
But
really like this one.
I
I
like
like the
I liked the portals.
crown. I like the weird
Yeah, and the
crown.
portals. I don't know.
Oh no, Matt.
I think back to the actual Abyss supporter packs that came out during Abyss League, and those were rad by comparison.
Yeah. And they had
Yeah,
a better
this-
green.
Yeah,
Mm-hmm.
Way better green.
Why
Now, this
wouldn't you
one,
use the
I
same
am-
green? Like, why wouldn't you have like pack synergy?
You're not allowed to match greens in Path of Exile. so-
No,
Not even
No.
within your own pack.
no, can't do it. Can't be
like
done.
there's parts about the armor I like. They're very clearly trying to emulate like all of the actual Abyss specific like uniques, like the gloves, the boots, like because they have that same kind of texture that you see on the legs and stuff.
Mm-hmm.
So they're like trying to like pay homage to like the drops and stuff, but it just I don't know.
I am excited about the harvest one though. This one looks dope.
Can
The
we
harvest
just
one-
circle back to about halfway through when you see the guy with the two swords go like that, and you look at
Hold
his
on.
chest movement, where you
Hold
can
on,
kind
let
of
me-
see the like light. It looks really weird and stiff.
Halfway through.
Yeah, it's literally like
Oh, I think
29
I see it.
seconds,
8 seconds.
and you watch his
Yeah, it
like
doesn't move.
body shift like that, but like it looks really odd.
I think just here stays generally really stiff, but he's got a lot of like movement in the hips and like lower torso area. I did not. Oh my god, no! I was just saying because they make. Listen. Path is known to make really detailed models. That's all I'm saying. Okay, it's what they do. I mean, even if you scroll in and look at the wall, there's like amazing art on a wall that you normally never look at, right? You just run on by. So I'm just, that's something they're known for. It's something they do. This harvest one, for the people who don't know,
Okay, so the
is
harvest one looks really.
it's just wow. Are we ready?
Okay, 3, 2, 1. It looks really pretty.
I'm already
I
on
love
board.
It's got great music.
I wish I could tell.
I turned it up just a tiny bit so I can hear it.
Yeah, I'm on board.
Oh, I
Yeah,
love
it is
Oh my God.
so cool, dude.
You've got to go through
Oh
all
my
of
God,
those
that
other
back
packs to get to
attachment's
this
so
one.
cool.
Even the wings. Oh, well, they knew that the other packs were in comparison to this. This is one of the coolest packs.
I like his Orby shoulder thing. Look at
That
her
you
shoulder.
get a
Um,
shabby.
You get
That's
a
such a cool
shabby.
animation.
I like that the
Her-
weird little strings on the thing jangle as he
Yeah.
runs.
Those are like your wings, right? You're just wearing some like driftwood wings. That looks sick. Look at the shoulder piece that like kind of throbs, but it has like the blue. Oh, and on the
Oh,
Yeah, I
gloves,
love
crap.
this.
too.
I'm gonna drop money on
the,
this.
like skirt thing.
Okay, what helmet do you guys like the best? Do you like the skull one or do you like the more wooded one?
I like the more wooden one because
like
it
the
like
wooden
Yeah.
it like the body armor like changes the base color of like your entire body. It seems like it's like a full cover up,
Mm-hmm. It looks
so that
like
one
they
just
actually
matches.
thought about neck here.
Wait,
The
what?
real neck.
Maybe look
a
at the
lot of
Templar model.
yeah, there's a lot of problems with neck and MTXs overall.
Templar
there's
is at 48 seconds.
yeah.
I
The
noticed
neck
Templar
seams
straight
are
away.
flawless.
He looks like he
That's
has a tree
honestly-
trunk for a neck.
That's probably the
He's-
best neck he's ever had.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean it's almost in proportion. I mean it is literally almost as wide as his chest, but it almost looks short enough to be a real neck. I mean, like maybe like you get smushed down so it fattened out a bit.
Why
I don't
is
know.
his torso so thin? What's going on here? It still looks cool as hell. But I feel like his tree trunk arms are about the size of his torso, and I'm like, something's weird. Maybe it's the way he's standing with his stick. Probably is. Probably get more angle when you're like holding it in both
What if
hands.
he's side on? Is his neck also that wide?
I don't
He's
think
got a thick
normally
ass.
it is.
Not usually, no.
Okay.
It's been thickened.
It's been thick. They thought, but what if we made it thicker?
Fix the proportion issues going on.
You guys know
Yeah,
there's
it's like,
a Reddit
but what if not
dedicated
tall? What if wide?
to his neck,
What?
right?
Yeah.
There's a
Wait,
Reddit.
what?
There's a subreddit of just pictures of Templar's neck in different
What?
circumstances. The first post is his
Okay.
head, and then every post subsequent is just different long necks.
Oh my god.
It's amazing. I
Okay,
cannot
this
wait
is
for
the
this to
last
be introduced.
And the t-shirts and the sweaters, and you get two different kinds of shirts now. You could have like an exalt or not, which is fantastic
Mega spoilers.
at this level.
Okay.
Okay, I sent the other one, yeah.
3,
The last one.
2, 1.
Yep.
I really
liked
like
the
the
portal.
portal.
The portal is badass.
That is sick. Look at that. I even
Well,
like that.
we
bald
actually get to
face.
be Galaxy Brains now.
Oh
Excellent.
my god.
I don't know if I
What
like
are
the
these
aura.
little shards?
The
Yeah.
arms
I
are
love
kinda
the
Oh, I
hands,
like that
though.
though.
Oh my god, the arms are the arms she?
Yeah,
The arms are something.
Are the arms
And
hands
that
to
portal
she?
effect.
Pie big brain.
It's Hindi looking.
It is.
It's like Shiva. Or is it Shakti? I forget which.
I think
Isn't it
both.
Shiva?
It's Shiva.
Oh.
They're
Yeah.
back again. Oh.
That weapon effect is badass.
Look at the cloak.
Wait.
It's got like
Oh.
I paused.
with
I'm a little behind you.
Eldritchy stuff too.
yeah. Oh, that's I don't really like the non-galaxy brain. Ew,
Yeah,
what's
we
wrong
need
with his
Galaxy
nose?
Brain.
Is the
What
non-galaxy
happened to-
brain like we have something wrapped around our head like turban style, but it's on fire? That's sort of
I
the
think
deal.
so. It's like
Yeah, it looks
coming
like your
through.
head was smoking a little bit. Like
Can
you
I
thought
say-
too hard. You burned out the galaxy.
The Templar's nose looks like a blobfish. His face looks like a blobfish. I'm very disturbed. The Templar at 1 minute is messed up. His face is no good. It's no good. Oh, I don't like it. Okay, just don't wear that one. I know real blobfishes don't look like that, but when they come to the surface, they look like that, okay? So I know that's not a true fish
Oh,
in
and,
its natural environment.
something that's really awesome about this Atlas core supporter pack is that I'm pretty sure they have female fit t-shirts this time.
Yeah, that's very exciting. I mean, I'm currently wearing one of the, just unisex ones, and it's good, but it'd be nice. It'd be nice. I could tell you that the fabric of these are very soft and really good. So I am looking forward to. So the way I do it is I will probably buy some League packs and then use the amount saved up to buy a good pack for cheaper, even though I bought the other stuff.
Wait,
but,
no, when you say League though, you're talking about like the earlier packs.
the league packs, the ones that come out every league as well, like they
But you
usually come
can't
out with
use,
2 packs.
as far as I know, you can't use that to buy anything else because they're not related.
No, it's going to be for this year. It's going to be for this year. So I'm going to buy packs of this year, and then it will bring down my overall cost of
How
that
does it
pack.
bring down your overall cost?
Because I already bought, like, every time you buy like a pack of 200, you can buy like a supporter pack or whatever for cheaper because you already bought 200, but you just get like less stuff.
Yeah, it has
Yeah,
to
it
be in
brings-
the same line of packs. Like
No, I've
Challenge
bought
League
supporter.
packs don't.
Yeah, I've bought Challenge League packs and 20 packs, and they have worked for supporter.
Oh, you're saying $20
for the core supporter.
packs.
$20 pack, or even just the league packs. Like I bought the wizard one, or it's not even a wizard one. It's just the purple one from this league, and that counted towards if I wanted to buy the overall, but I didn't. Nah, because they were too thick, boy.
Yeah.
I like a
I
sleek
like that a lot
look,
of
and
these are
everybody
pretty
was
sleek.
thick.
Even
I've
if
been
they're
playing
not
this
well
game
armored.
for nearly 4 years, and I still don't really understand this like upgrading pack system. And I bought points packs way back in the day, and I never got to like put them into anything. And then now it's like the statute of declaration has expired.
Well, I can tell you, with these new packs, I'm gonna have to start like fresh. I think it goes yearly, so when new yearly supporter packs go on, I think that's when it starts.
Okay, chat's giving us very different stories. There's some saying yes and some saying no. Like buying a
It
Challenge
starts
League
fresh
pack.
yearly. Yes.
So which ones do you think you're gonna get, if any?
The only one I really want is the Harvest one.
Yeah, I really
They
want
are really, really good about doing layaway too. If you're in a sort of like, if it's something you want to save up for over the course of whatever.
Oh,
I've
really?
Yeah, you just contact support and they hook you up with a layaway plan. I've done it in the past when I've
Oh,
like
that's
really
really
liked
nice.
one but not had the $60.
Mm-hmm. I
would
will
be
like to try to
helpful.
make my way down to the harvest one. Usually the other one, the like last one is very out of my reach, but sometimes I can make it to the second last one. So that's my over the year, I'm gonna try to make it to the second last one if I like things enough, or I'm gonna be like, oh, I'm playing this one build that I've never had an NTX for, so 20 pack for an MTX. oh, I hate this build. I don't like the skill. Now I just have the MTX.
I've never had a t-shirt before, so if I want to get to Harvest and get a t-shirt, and I will very easily be choosing the Path of Exile one because I have a very similar looking t-shirt already to the other one from ExileCon.
Yeah. Yeah, that Exalt one is very cool too.
Someone found a video of the witch opening the Verici chest, and now I'm so fucking happy.
Oh my god. I can't believe she did that. I honestly didn't even see at the time that she would do that.
It used to frustrate the shit out of me, dude. Like, I used to get so mad about this.
What the hell? And then it's just done.
Oh my
There's
god,
just
I
Hold
love
up.
it.
No.
Okay.
That's amazing.
Okay, we had final lasting thoughts. Did anyone else say which pack that they wanted to get?
I think we're all thinking we want to get to Harvest, right?
Mhm.
Yeah,
Yeah.
if
That's
possible.
the coolest one.
It's so
The last
cool.
one's
I
very
got
cool.
goosebumps.
Yeah. That's a really nice set. I want to
portal
see
is-
I'm sure Novi will, if he's got the muns, buy all of them and then try to pair that one with other stuff, and I'm really keen to see what he gets.
I really like that last one, but usually I just can't get those. But yeah, that portal is
The
cool.
portal's really sick, but I don't really need
So-
anything else from it. Like, it's cool, but the Harvest one, I was like, I want all of
Yeah.
that.
Yeah.
I would use those hands for the Harvest one too, because why not? They'd match enough.
The blue matches other things.
Okay,
Well,
I will
blues
say one
match
thing
generally.
though. As much as aesthetically I like the Harvest one, I'm still pissed that glowing blue is what is the color and theme that they chose for Harvest, which is about growing things and should be very
Green.
much green growth plants looking.
But
That's very true.
I'm still mad.
what
Because
if
that fucking that design, that theme reminds me of Blue Avatar.
I find the problem with these blues is that I can't see lightning mirages, and then I die because I get lightning mirage because I can't see them because they're the same color as the blue I'm wearing. So, or white. I mean, either one. They're just, you know what? Lightning mirages need to go.
I also think there's spoilers in the Atlas one.
You think there are
Yeah, that's what
spoilers
I
in
was
the
thinking
Atlas?
about. I was sitting here
Tom's-
thinking because the last core pack were all the Conquerors and then Cyrus knockoffs, basically. What are
Mhm.
these?
Ooh, is that supposed
Why
to
are
be
we
some elder?
revisiting Masters all of a sudden?
That's a good point. That is a good point.
Leagues and other Masters. Like, why are 2 of them Leagues and 2 of them Masters?
Okay, I did think what if they're just gonna axe breach and delve or something?
They would
They're
not
giving us
dare.
a shot. Mm,
No.
I
Will
is
protest.
that floating ghost supposed to be elder? Because he's got tenties and stuff,
I just like his hat.
and it's got celestial blue like Harvest, and it looks like he's wearing maybe a prison collar.
Mm.
Maybe.
I might have to rewatch this a few times.
Mhm.
And
Yeah,
do some-
The lore
The-
queen is onto it.
Yeah, because the armor pack has an amulet thing, and then the Deuter has an amulet too.
Yeah.
And the little beads down the front of the coat are actually faces.
They are. I thought they were green chaos orbs. That's what I thought they looked like. But are they?
All right. I don't think can we very, very quickly talk about Cyberpunk, and then that'll probably be the end of the podcast.
Absolutely.
Okay, so I know Brittleknee and Velyna were really excited to play it. Who wants to go first talking about it?
I was super excited to play it, but I still haven't played it yet. I have it, and I've been avoiding social media like the plague
Mm-hmm.
because I don't want to
so
have
hard.
spoilers. But I just wanted to kind of get through these events and figure out what I needed to do for the PoE vault and stuff like that, since it's my job, and then And then once I feel like I've done enough there, then I'm gonna play Cyberpunk for the rest of the time until the pre-hype stuff begins after January 1st.
Mm-hmm.
So I'm looking forward to it. I'm chomping at the bit. I want to I guess I want to just like single take it. I want to sit down and play the fuck out of it, not just play a little here and there.
I mean, that sounds pretty fair. Okay, well, we're not going to go into spoilers or anything because none of us
I
have
won't go into any
played.
spoilers.
But maybe
I won't
just
go
talk
into
a little bit more about the sort of the release itself and how it feels. So, Vel, as the only one who's played it, sound off.
Let me just say, kind of a mess on release. Like the first area I went in, there was 2 T-posers. That was good. I actually just saw another T-poser today. I was like, oh, actually 2 in the same area. What is this? I think that there are definitely some I think they need another 6 months before they put out this game. I think when they gave themselves a month, they were really just doing this for the end of year financial numbers, right? Plus they already promised it. People are very upsetty, stocks, etc., etc. But despite all of the little bugs and this and that, I love it, dude. I'm having a great time. All I wanted to do was make a character so that I wasn't totally nude when I started the game on stream. And then I just kept playing. And I just kept playing. And now, I've only done 1 stream of it, but I've been playing off stream like crazy. It's just been really, really enjoyable overall, despite the bugs. So I imagine that when they do roll out more fixes and stuff, I know they said that their next fix is mainly going to focus on consoles, since that is, oh boy, have you guys seen the old consoles? They look it's a good thing nobody
It
played
looks
on
like
console.
they're playing on PlayStation 2s.
It literally looks like San Andreas, but worse. And you're like, how? Like, how could it look worse than San Andreas? San Andreas was a great game. I'm not going to knock it. But it does look bad. But even like PC, yeah, I'm having a great time. If you like RPGs and you like the kind of sci-fi dystopian future-esque, vibe, it's a good game. Some people say cyber GTA, and it's like, why is GTA the only one who's allowed to have a game in this market? Like there should be
this format.
Yeah, exactly. Like you shouldn't sure, GTA, that's kind of the thing they do, but this is really good and really fun. And the cars are pretty good. Like some cars, I have this small dinky car and it handles so well. But it looks so dumb, but it handles like a dream. I don't give a shit. I'll ride my dinky car everywhere.
Well, that's a slight improvement for me. I can't drive in GTA at all. Like, just
no.
Like,
even on mouse and
always
keyboard,
overcorrect.
Yeah, your first car, there's overcorrection, but the dinky car is good. It's legit. So yeah, there's a lot to do. I don't know how people are done with it already, because I've thrown like 35 hours in this game. I only have 5% story done because I've been doing a lot of side questing. I'm like, people are on their other second, third playthroughs, hardest difficulties. I'm just some normal scrub just trucking along. So it's yeah. When you play it, I think that you'll have fun with it, regardless.
Yeah, I think the question for me, and probably the question for everyone else here, is like, how long are you willing to wait?
Yeah, and I truly think that they need 6 major patches. I think they need 2 specifically for consoles, and then 4 because there's a lot of systems. There's way more involved in the game than I thought there was. So I think that improving those small systems, those little details, could need like their own 2 patches, for example. Right? Like there's so many little things that they have such big ambitions. And I can see how good it is and could be. So I have good hope. I think it's going to be great. And I personally, even though some people don't think so right now, I think I got my money's worth out of it.
What build is the character that you're playing right now?
I'm a hodgepodge of builds. I'm like kind of a tech int person, but now I wish I went blades because they're really cool with the reflexes instead. And like I went also more heavy on body because I was like, oh, do you have like missions to body people, I guess?
And
Like,
do you have
kinda want
the
some body
male or
skill.
female character?
I went with a female character with their standard genitals this time. You know, nothing too fancy.
Too fancy.
No fancy genitals this time. Maybe next time. You know, this time I was very basic. I would like to find, okay, this is for off stream, but like I think there are only 2 Joy toys. I want to, where are the other Joy toys? Those are prostitutes, Noodle. I can see you looking like,
Oh, thank you. Yes, I was like, I don't understand.
oh man. Yeah, I would like to, I'm just curious as where they are, you know? Because I think there are only 2, and I'm pretty sure the game said you can have the sex. So what is this? What is this? Not like I would or anything, but I'm just saying, you know, for immersion's sake, just for immersion, like there can't just be downtown whores and then no other ones. No, not everybody's gonna go downtown.
Do you need those like woodland?
Yeah, nobody's gonna go. You need the woodland whores, right? Yeah, all for immersion, of course, of course. You know, if I'm in the country, I'm gonna be out there for a while.
I
it's
think
good.
we'll
Good.
wrap up on this note,
Yeah.
on the downtown note of whores.
Whores. Listen, we just all thought that there would be a lot more because they said something about it, and I'm just like, the city's really big. To only have 2 is a little weird.
Yeah,
It's a
sounds
big
like
city.
it.
Think about it. Think about it. Huge city, only 2 for a whole city? I don't think so.
Yeah.
Business is good.
It must be booming.
Seems unlikely they're all in the functional relationship.
I doubt it. I doubt it. They are very confident, though, supremely.
All
They
right,
believe
then.
in their abilities.
I think we'll wrap up the podcast on this note. Thank you, everybody, for watching. This has been Baited Expectations with myself, piebypie, KittenCatNoodle, Brittleknee, and Velyna. And we will return again, hopefully in 3 weeks, to chat about everything else that's happening. Coming up, new 313. Pretty sure we'll have a lot more information then.
So
See you
excited.
guys soon. Bye.
Bye-bye.